Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named You Got Me in the Marriage subreddit. The post is titled, I'm wanting to call of my wedding because my fiancé is a control freak. Background, I'm 32, she's 34, we're Catholic, and she has 3 kids from a previous marriage. We were dating for about 8 months, then decided to get engaged because things were going well. I felt like she was my person, she felt the same, I did great with the kids, and we were both only getting older. We were supposed to get married in December, but I don't want to anymore. I moved in about a month ago to save money in the name of trying to pay off as much debt before the wedding so we can buy a house soon after. This is when everything changed, I feel, for the worse. She instantly wanted a joint bank account. I didn't want to because I felt it had turned into a control situation, and it has. When I told her I didn't want to, she said, well, maybe we shouldn't get married. She controls every bit of the money and everything else down to what I eat. I have to ask to spend $4 on medicine when I'm fighting a sinus infection. We aren't hurting for money. I make $75K after taxes. Backstory on my health. I have had ulcerative colitis since I was 20. I had my colon removed when I was 25. I literally have to eat more than I used to because I don't absorb everything like a normal person. She gets mad at how much I eat. I have to sneak food at work. I've tried to explain it to her and so has her mom, but she still doesn't get it. She tells me I have to work at least 70 hours a week, Monday to Friday, and whatever I can on Saturday when we don't have the kids, so we have extra. I don't spend money on anything. I use my personal money so I have the amount of food I need. This was a fight to get what food I do have for work. Proper nutrition and rest are super important due to my health. If I mistakenly take something that was for the kids, I get in big trouble even if it just cost $1. Or even if I don't take some leftovers to work that I try to leave for others so I'm not greedy, I get blamed for wasting food even though she didn't tell me to take it and has yelled at me for taking too much. So damned if I do, damned if I don't, right? She shows little to no affection. I work 12 hours on my short days, around 15 on my long days. I only have 1 or 2 short days a week. I'd like to feel wanted and desired when I come home, but I feel nothing. I don't ever get a hug, kiss, or any kind of excitement when I get home after a long day. Some of the long days mean I don't see her for 2 to 3 days at a time. There's no sort of excitement, just what more can you do around the house? I've even gotten in trouble for sitting down for 10 minutes when I got home one day because I need to use my time better. I take care of everything around the house, such as yard work, home repairs, doing everything else when no one feels like it. Heaven forbid if I forget to do one thing after a long day. Getting help from the kids is a chore. I'm feeling used and much like I'm just here to give money, do as much as I can, and if I bring something up, it gets turned back on me. Am I crazy for not wanting to go through with this? We already had a talk about how I can't live like this, and it was good for a couple of days, then back to the regularly scheduled program, so I don't feel like anything will ever change. When we had the talk, she straightened up a bit, but over the next few days, she made jokes about what I brought up, so I feel like it meant nothing to her at all. I don't know what to do. User Love Kitten said, keep your dignity, move out, and call this off. You're not a 4th child for her to manage. Under this comment, OP said the following, I'm glad you said this because that's exactly how I feel. A damn child. The things she says to her children, she says the exact same to me, and I'm never allowed to explain anything, ever. She just wants to hear, sorry, and that's it. The things she says to me, I'd never dream of saying to her. Another user said, the term for this is financial abuse. A joint bank account is not supposed to mean that none of your money is yours anymore, and you can't even buy yourself enough food to stay well fed. You're being abused. Please do not marry your abuser. You need to get out of this abusive relationship. User T-Fran said, this is highly toxic, but at least she is showing you who she is before the wedding. Open a new checking account and deposit your checks there and leave. I feel like if it's this bad this early, there's no saving it. 1 week later, OP gave us an update. We had an additional talk, and some of y'all stated that she will say what I want to hear, and then it goes back to the same old crap, and you were 100% right. I've been playing the game and seeing her responses on things. She flips the responses to seemingly be different than they were when really she's just saying the same thing. For example, I explained that I was still hungry after dinner and she said word for word, I think you should just focus on not being hungry, then you won't want to eat. So I just grabbed a water and went about my business. Like, are you kidding me? Right after we had the discussion about my body and my condition. Anyway, I've got a plan together. I won't be able to enact this plan until Friday next week. The car we got is in both of our names, but I'm only on the loan as a co-signer. So I'm getting a rental and I'm loading everything I can in there and heading out of town while she's at work. I'll be going to my parents in the next state over. She won't be able to find me, which is good. I'm also getting a new phone and number before I head out of town. I've got my direct deposit changed, new bank account, and while I'm at work, I'm calling to get her off my credit card and everything. I'm waiting for the payment to post to the card from our joint account, so I'm not stuck with the balance that's on there. I'm also pulling what money is rightfully mine out of the account before I leave and then taking my name off of it. There's a significant amount in there. I'm cutting my losses on what I've already paid towards the wedding and everything else. I don't want that money to taint my new money. I'm expecting her to freak the hell out and blow my phone up, but I don't care. Just getting my plan together has been so liberating. On my way to my parents, I'm meeting a really good friend of mine who's been here through this whole process for lunch. Then on to my parents. I haven't even told my parents yet, so they don't know. I've got all these crazy ideas of things I want to do and will finally be able to do once I'm out, and it feels so damn good. I can't wait. I don't know if I'm more anxious to get back to who I was or more anxious about her reaction. Either way, I don't care. I have to go. Fast forward another week, we got OP's final update. A few have already asked for updates, so here goes. All good news. I am out free and I feel great. I left early in the morning with as much stuff as I could. I went to the next town over and sat in the parking lot waiting for the rental place to open so she wouldn't have a chance of browsing around town before work and finding me. Before I got the rental, I got all my money out as well. After getting the rental, I went back to the house to get more stuff. She had, I guess, gotten the hint and locked me out of the house, but I got all my important and expensive stuff out, so that's good. I went back to the bank and got a printout of all the transactions from the joint account, and I was immediately pissed off. I had to ask for medicine, but there were so many Amazon charges for going out to eat, transfers of money to different accounts, and everything. But I had to ask to spend $4 on medicine for a sinus infection. It looks like she was transferring money, so I couldn't track it all. I gave the printout to my friend so she can get me a spreadsheet together to track everything easier. While driving down to my parents, I was able to get all my passwords to every account reset and removed her as an authorized user on everything. Also, before leaving, I got a new account and debit card and switched all that over. After meeting with my parents, I went to an old friend's, someone I've known for 10 plus years but hadn't seen in 2. Her mom made me a hell of a meal fit for a king. We later went axe throwing and had a good time. I spent the night there and her mom made me a really good breakfast. Her family is such a good family and they consider me a son, so they were happy to have me over. Her mom asked if I just need a key to the house. This morning I drove back to my parents and we went to a flea market, and I was able to spend my money on whatever I wanted and it felt so good. This is the life I want to live, not a life constrained by a crazy person. I feel great. I'm doing great. Leading up to leaving, I was getting super anxious about it and having trouble sleeping. Hell, I saw my ex Monday and some Tuesday, but because of my schedule, I didn't see her for 3 days. No, I miss you, no, nothing. Just messages asking me to do things. Also, on the way down, she didn't try to contact me at all. I left Messenger open and will until everything is buttoned up, but everyone else is blocked on everything. She did try to contact my parents, but they didn't answer, thankfully. I've got quite the road ahead of me to get where I want to, but it'll be an easier road to travel than what I was doing. I've already contacted a flight school and will be enrolling to get my private pilot's license in the next few months, and I can't wait. It's been a huge dream of mine since I was little. This has been the best thing I've ever done for myself and my well-being. Looking forward to seeing where things go and where I can take it. Thank you guys again for the sound advice. The only thing I have left to button up is the vehicle we bought, but I ran out of time. I've got a meeting with a lawyer next week to get it taken care of. User Vinosainitas said, "Well done, buddy. Good for you. Just make extra sure that she's removed from all your accounts and can't access or reset anything. From how she demanded a joint bank account and was then abusing it, it sounds like she would have no problem with tricking your bank or credit card company into giving her access. Maybe call them all and explain that your relationship has ended and you don't want her to have access. That way, if she does manage to do something in the future, you did everything possible and it's the bank's problem. Also, keep an eye on your credit record for the next 6 months at least. If she has access to your personal information, it would be very easy for her to take out credit cards, etc." in your name. And it sounds like she's that sort of person. Well done and good luck with the future. User Stay With Me said, "Hey OP, I just wanted to say that I'm so happy you left. I bet it really hasn't sunk in for her yet. You were engaged to a thief who played you. Your original post is borderline unbelievable. I can't imagine not being able to spend money on whatever I want as long as I have the funds. The audacity for her to move your money like that and not even allow you to buy food and medicine is just disgusting. So many victims just stay in abusive relationships hoping things will get better, but they don't. Glad you got out. Good luck." This next post was made by a user named Tiny Cute Flower. The post is titled, "My aloe BF told me he feels attracted to anime girls and it hurts a lot. I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now. I have barely slept. My BF and I spent the whole night discussing this and we haven't fought like this in so long. I don't know if this sub is the right place for me to talk about this, but since I had a bad experience posting on a different subreddit once, I just feel more comfortable here since I'm Demi. We are currently in a long-distance relationship for the past year and a few months, but we've actually been dating since we were 15. We are 27 now, so we have a 12-year relationship. I don't want to simply throw it away because of what I'm feeling right now, but I also don't know what to do to surpass what I'm feeling. As the title says, in the middle of one of our conversations, I was saying how I find it creepy when guys of age meet and feel attracted to anime girls because most of these characters are teenagers, and this sounds like pedophilia to me. After that, I started to worry because he began to defend how it is not. For him, it's just a number, and usually these characters look older even if the author gave them an age. Then I asked him if he thinks like this in real life with real people, and he told me that he doesn't because for him, real life people and fictional characters are two very different things, since in his opinion, anime characters don't even act like real people. I watch anime as well. Actually, it is one of the things we do more together, and now I simply can't stop worrying if he finds certain characters attractive and it is driving me crazy. Also, he was defending underage characters that look of age as something okay to feel attracted to, but I'm a small-chested woman who is actually very concerned and insecure regarding the size of my chest, in part because of growing up watching anime and in other part because of the bullying I suffered back in school regarding it. So I suppose he of course isn't attracted to characters who look like me since people usually think I'm younger because of my chest size, and I guess they do the same with characters, but you know, it hurts. I can't stop thinking that he's seeing potential in something we do together supposed to be fun, and now I can't even know if this is pedophilic behavior on his part or not. Being Demi, I admit to having a hard time trying to understand how he can feel sexually attracted to other people when he has me and our relationship. But I suppose I can accept better his being attracted to real women than fictional characters, exactly because most of these characters are actually underage, and the only factor that probably makes them look older is the size of their chest, which will be much bigger than mine. I know he loves me very much, and I really feel bad about feeling this insecure about my body and about his behavior, but am I really overreacting, or are my points valid? After we finished our discussion, I told him I didn't know how to respond to all of that I was really sad and shocked. I also said that I had to think deeper about the situation after talking to him again, but here I am, unable to sleep and having an anxiety crisis over it. Sorry if my text doesn't sound very clear. English isn't my main language and I'm feeling a lot of emotions. Any help regarding this situation is appreciated. Thank you. User Sandfire said, "I don't have real advice, but I do know a lot of people who were sex-repulsed asexual while growing up who turned to porn that doesn't depict real humans because it was less intimidating. So anime was easier to use as porn. Even if later maybe some people do like real people enough to not be repulsed anymore, the experience of getting off to anime is still such a core part of growing up that it will never go away. It's hard to compare anime characters to real life because it's often treated as wholly distinct. So no matter how your BF came to like anime characters, do know that there are real reasons why some people like them. There might be some issues with some anime having characters that seem too young, but most people I've met will just complain that the videos or comics with those characters are just annoying because they have to look slightly longer to find with the more adult and mature looking characters they prefer. User Jax for now said, "There are two separate issues here. The first, your BF is attracted to fictional animated girls in shows you watch together. While it's weird to me too, this is really common because anime girls are drawn to be sexy and appealing to men. Fan service in anime literally exists just to exploit sex appeal and attraction to gain viewers. As silly as it sounds, your BF can't really help it that the trick works on him too. The second is that you're afraid your BF is attracted to underage girls. I'd suggest taking this out of the context of online media and animation, in which body proportions, sizes, maturity, and voices are all weird and unrealistic and solely base your opinion on real life. Finally, maybe it's an idea to stop watching anime where underage girls are sexualized. I know it's really common in anime, but yeah, it shouldn't be. User Bridget said, "Sorry, this is a long comment. I don't know if I'm reading it right, but it seems like your boyfriend didn't actually say he was attracted to anime characters, just that he could see the appeal to other people and didn't agree with you that those who did were pedophiles. That's very different from actually being attracted. Allos are going to allo. Primary attraction is hard to empathize with if you don't have it, so I get feeling upset since for us demies, attraction is evidence of a connection, but allos work differently and it's really not fair to make assumptions about how other people are feeling without asking them. It's okay to be different and it's okay to disagree on things like this. What's not okay is not talking about it, making up scenarios in your head, and getting upset. At the end of the day, anime girls are fictional characters. That doesn't mean that feeling jealous of them isn't valid, but it means that you have to find ways to deal with that jealousy. You may have to compromise. My allo partner likes fantasy pinup art. I'm not a fan since it makes me feel insecure. I didn't make him give up something he loves, but we did set boundaries. He doesn't show me his commissions without asking, and he doesn't display them in areas that I ask him not to, like our kitchen. At the same time, I have to respect that if I go into his room, there's going to be some busty orc maiden on the wall. On the flip side, I like playing romance visual novels. I'm not attracted to the characters, but my boyfriend does get jealous of the 2D peeps occasionally, so I play with headphones on and keep my merch in my own space. The healthiest way to work on jealousy is working out ways to respect and accommodate each other when it happens, not long-term bans that breed resentment. I think taking time to step away was healthy though, so I'm proud of you for doing that. Take some time to think about what you need and then make the next talk a game plan. Good luck." Under this comment, OP said the following: "Thank you so much for your comment. Honestly, I'm grateful to everyone here who is spending their time trying to help me. I really love the people from the sub. I agree with everything you said. I think setting boundaries is really important in this kind of situation. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on all this, and some comments here help me to understand some parts of it better, but I've also realized a boundary that I want to try to set with him. However, I don't know how he would react or if I'll be asking too much. As you said, although people can't control who they feel attraction towards, but I believe they can control if they'll act upon this attraction or not. For me, this acting can be done in two ways: having actual sex with the person you feel attracted to, and baiting or fantasizing about them. I think I don't need to say that I don't want my BF doing Act 1, but I also would like to ask him that in Act 2, he just do it with random people or characters. I would appreciate if he couldn't do it with actresses from series I like or intend to watch or may have interest in watching in the future, and the same for anime characters and video game characters. I don't know if it is asking too much, but it feels reasonable to me since it's a win-lose from both parts. I hope he can understand, otherwise I don't know what I can do."